Hello viewers, welcome to Vidyaskaya. Before taking a dive into today's class, let us imagine that we are on a ship and we come across a submarine inside the water at some distance when we are traveling in the ship. So now we are assigned a task to identify how long is the submarine from our ship. So how do we calculate this? So what are the information we need to perform this calculation? Number one, we need to know the distance of the submarine from our ship. Number two, the angle between our ship and the submarine. Right? So with this data, we can get to know the distance between our ship and the submarine. Okay, now let us switch to another scenario. Suppose you are walking on a street and you see a skyscraper on the way. So now you want to calculate the height of this skyscraper. So what are the data that we need to perform this calculation? So we need the angle of elevation between our eye level and the top of the skyscraper, and we need the distance between the place where we stand and the location where the skyscraper. So once we have this data, we can calculate the height of the skyscraper. So like this, we come across many day-to-day instances where we need to perform such calculations, and the branch of study which deals with these calculations are called trigonometry. So basically we can say a trigonometry is a science of ratios that deals with the triangles, their angles and their sides. We should be knowing what are the types of triangles and what is the one that we are going to use mostly in trigonometry. So the triangles include an equilateral triangle, right triangle or right angle triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, an acute triangle or an obtuse triangle. So you can see it's marked right triangle here, right? So that is the one which will be used mostly in trigonometry. So another question, why do we use only triangles as the basis for trigonometry? Why not the other shapes? We can use the shapes like a trapezium or parallelogram or quadrilateral, let it be anything. But basically all these shapes are a combination of triangle. Multiple triangles have combined to form a trapezium or a quadrilateral or a pentagon or whatever it may be. So when you get to know about the fundamentals of a triangle and how we calculate the sides and distances involved in a triangle, it will be easy for us to do the same thing for the other shapes. And we saw that right angle triangle is the one which we focus mostly in trigonometry. So when you say a right triangle triangle, it involves one of the degrees as 90 degree. That's why it's called right angled triangle. And the side which is opposite to this 90 degrees is called hypotenuse, and the side which is opposite to the angle theta is called opposite side, and the remaining side is called the adjacent side. SOHCAHTOA. So what is this SOHCAHTOA? So before going into SOHCAHTOA, you could have came across the terms sine, cos and tan. So these are the ratios that forms the fundamentals for trigonometry. For our angle theta, we know what is an opposite side and what is an adjacent side and what is an hypotenuse. What is a hypotenuse? So when you try to calculate sine theta for this triangle, we'll be dividing the opposite side's length over the hypotenuse. And when you want to know the cos theta, we'll be dividing the adjacent side's length over hypotenuse. And for tan theta, we'll be dividing the opposite side's length over the adjacent side's length. So to remember the formula easily, so we take the first character alphabet in the sin theta calculation and cos theta calculation and tan theta calculation. So obviously it is so for sin theta, ka for cos theta, and to for tan theta. So we can easily remember that. So ka to is the basic formula involved in the trigonometric calculations. Okay, now we will dig somewhat deeper into these trigonometric ratios, sine, cos and tan. Let us consider three triangles for which the value of theta is 30 degrees. So let the height of the first triangle be 1 centimeter and the second one be 2 centimeters and the third one be 3 centimeters. Since these are right angle triangles and for a predefined theta, if you draw a hypotenuse for this triangle, so it should be 2 centimeter, 4 centimeter and 6 centimeter. So the interesting fact about trigonometry is that, so if you try to calculate sine 30 for these three triangles, so we know that sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So here for the first triangle, what is the opposite side? So this is our theta, so the opposite side is 1 centimeter. And what is the hypotenuse? This is 90 degrees, so the opposite side is 2 centimeter. So sine 30 is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. It's 1 by 2 for the first triangle. Now for the second triangle it is 2 by 4 and for the third one it is 3 by 6. So simplifying these three values, we get the result as 1 by 2, which is common for all the three triangles and their sine value. Similarly, for cos and tan also we will be getting the equivalent values for the given theta. So if you try to create a common graph from minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi for the x coordinate, and the y value ranges from minus 1 to plus 1. Actually the y values are the resultant values for the equivalent sine ratios for the given x values. So we saw that for sine 30 the result will be 1 by 2, which is nothing but 0.5. So you can see the graph crosses 0.5 for the y value and the respective sine value is around 30 degrees, which is not actually given here. So this comes around sine 30. We can see that for sine 90 it is clearly given as 1. Similarly, if we draw the graphs for equivalent theta values for x-axis in cosine
as well as tan, we get these respective graphs. So we will explore further on these graphs and the values in the forthcoming classes. So as of now we will focus only for the basic theta values, which are 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Sine 0 is 0, sine 30 degree is 1 by 2, sine 45 degrees 1 by root 2, and sine 60 degrees root 3 by 2, and sine 90 degrees 1. Similarly, we can see the respective values of cos, tan, cot, cosec and sec. We will see about what these cot, cosec and sec are in our later classes. Similarly, when you want to inherit the value for sine theta from the other trigonometric function like cos theta or tan theta or cosec theta or sec theta or cot theta, so this table gives the respective formula for that. Sine theta is equal to plus or minus square root of 1 minus cos square theta. So if you know the value for cos theta, we can infer the value for sine theta from that. With these fundamentals about trigonometry, we will wind up our class here, and I look forward to continue further with trigonometry in the forthcoming classes. Thank you. Bye.